Hey everyone, today's question that I'm going to be answering, and I get this one a lot. People come up to me and they'll be asking, Sean, I've heard a lot about asset protection, about protecting yourself from lawsuits on the rental properties that you own. And I'm just concerned, should I be starting up an LLC right now before I buy my first property? Should I get one set up when I buy my first one or after? What's your advice? What is your suggestion? So first off, before I dive into that question, should I buy in an LLC or in my own name? Of course, I'm not an attorney or a lawyer. This is just what I've done personally and seen other investors do, and I think it's kind of just my personal thoughts on it. Of course, consult with them before making any investment decisions or legal advice. So what is key here is if you're going to be buying a turnkey property from us, you're going to be usually getting, if you are getting a loan, you're going to be usually having to get that on a conventional loan. And on a conventional loan, you're personally guaranteeing that loan. And because of that, they're going to want the name on the title recorded at that purchase loan to be your personal name. So really, if you're going to get a conventional loan, you can't even buy it in an LLC. They're going to require you to buy it as Sean Taggy because you're personally guaranteeing it. Now, that doesn't mean per se you can't put it in an LLC later, and I'll dive into that in a little bit. First line of defense really isn't the LLC. That's kind of more of the secondary defense. Your first line of defense to protect you from things happening on your property and lawsuits is insurance, right? Is getting a big liability policy, and that's what we have. We have a great preferred insurance provider, Patrick, at Lipscomb & Pitts. I actually have a whole video on that. We can link that into this video on our insurance policy and how it's a great rate and all that, and that protects you from general liability claims that you're kind of fearful of. So I think that is the first thing. Then also you need to consider before getting an LLC is that there's a lot of costs associated with having an LLC, purchasing the LLC, renewing it every year, and a lot of business expenses that if you're just having one or two or three or even like 5 or 10 properties, it might not be worth that cost to you, the risk to reward ratio, especially since you already have a great insurance covering you. Me personally, on my first few properties, I just had it in my personal name, had a good insurance policy. Then later on, started thinking about asset protection when my net worth and other things started building up. So my advice is just buy it in your personal name for a while. Maybe after you get, I don't know, a certain target, 3 to 5 to 10 properties, then maybe bundle all of those properties under one LLC to protect you and put them in like buckets of 10 to 20 properties and have different LLCs for those. That's my advice. I don't suggest like having one LLC for each individual property. That's a lot of bookkeeping and accounting and reporting and tax reporting to do. Charge you a lot on that. If it's just like a regular plain old $100,000 to $200,000 turnkey, you can bundle a couple together. My risk tolerance doesn't really see too much risk reward to that, okay? Of course, do whatever you feel like you're doing, of course, as well. Secondly, if you do want to put it in an LLC, you can still buy it in your personal name and then wait about 3 to 6 months for the underwriting to all be cleared out and the dust to settle on that loan you just got. So if you got a conventional loan, and then you can actually go to the title company and you can quit claim it to your LLC that you own for a small fee. It's just a recorded title. And so then you can transfer it from your personal name to an LLC. So that is a possibility as well. And you'll just need to be careful. The thing about this is that you just need to add your LLC as an additional insured on the insurance policy. So you still want to keep your personal name on that insurance policy. So then when your lender every year checks to make sure there's still insurance on your property, that your name is on there, but just add an additional insured as, Sean Taggy's LLC or whatever you want to call it, retirement account LLC. And so that's what you need to watch out for too, is putting that additional insured and just keeping your personal name on there. So that's kind of my advice, LLCs versus buying in your own name. Summarizing, I think it's not worth it till you have a few properties. Just buy it in your personal name. Make sure you have great insurance on it. If you do want to transfer over, I suggest bundle a few properties in one LLC, especially if you're not in a series LLC state. And then I know a lot of terms going on, and then just wait until you have a bunch, then put them in an LLC later on, just because of the cost and expenses. A lot of people get tied up in this. Of course, lawyers love telling you, yeah, let's get an LLC for each one. They're all separated out. It all depends on your risk tolerance and everything like that, but that's just what I've seen. I've seen a lot of other veteran real estate investors do. So thank you so much. Hopefully this question helps you out and you can be rolling from there. We, of course, can help you out with this title, transferring the title from your personal name to an LLC. We have our title companies that can easily help you do that, and they do that several times a year. And also we add people's LLCs as the additional insured. So thank you so much, guys. Reach out to me with any other questions you have. Hope you have a good day.